I'm really happy that you not only had the intention but you also made it, and you're saying it's snowing outside, so that is really commendable that you just wanted to be here. So we'll start today's session. So I want to start with a small chant on Guru. So Guru is so in our country we use Guru, the word Guru for like spiritual teacher, and this is to show our respect to the lineage of teachers who pass on their knowledge to the students, and the student becomes the teacher, passes it on to the students. So this system continues. So this is a way to this chant is usually done at the start of any class or spiritual discourse or anything of that nature of higher wisdom. So I would like to start with that. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. As we notice on the next page it will be, but the idea was to do 2 teacher trainings. So one here and one in Portsmouth. But there, so here the start date says January 22nd, and that is a Friday, and I was going to start like an online session through the Google event where I would just address all the people from this both the places, as well as anyone who likes to do it online, because we are also opening this for people who can listen to all the sessions online, but then they would come, if they want a certification, then they would come in person here for like 3 to 4 days, when I could actually make them do all the things we have learned and make sure that they are doing it correctly, and they are in a position to actually teach. But if they are not looking into certification, but they just want to enhance their knowledge, then even coming in person is not required, because they are just enhancing their wisdom by just watching the videos and listening to it. So that's why it's marked here. Start date is 22nd, and then the 23rd, 24th is supposed to be at the other place if there are enough people gathered. But otherwise over here it would start the following week, the 30th Saturday. So the idea is that this will be totally for 6 months, and we will meet 9 weekends over these 6 months. And on the weekends we will do it on Saturday and Sunday from morning 9 a.m. to night 7 p.m. As we are meeting 3 times, once a month for January, February, March, and twice a month for April, May, June. The idea was also that so 3 sessions, that is in April, May and June. One session will be at the respective location if they are happening in both the locations, and one will be a common session for all of them combined. Okay, so move on to the next page. So here I've just given the dates. If it is if it's happening over there, then what are the dates? That's on the left side, and the dates that will happen for here, the training that will be here, is on the right side. Okay, so move on to the next page. Okay, so for the week 1, I've given the focus areas. So what we'll be actually learning, and so it is understanding what yoga is. Yoga is not yoga poses as it is thought about in this country. Yoga poses is just one branch of yoga, and it has a very specific name. It is called Yoga Asana. Asana means posture. So Yoga Asana is one branch of the tree called yoga. So it is totally a misrepresentation to call the yoga poses as yoga. It's like calling just the branch as the tree itself. So if the branch is cut off and gone, to say the tree is dead and gone. Or if my hands are cut off, to say that I am dead. So it will be equal to that, and it is totally wrong. Because as much as it's important for me to have my left hand, if it is cut off and I am not able to have a replacement, I can still function and do a lot of things, and eventually I will learn to do everything even without that. I might be doing things even better than someone who has got both the hands. So to equate that to this it's totally like you have not understood what yoga is. Only those people will confuse it because they just know this and they think that this is everything. So in most teacher training programs, the emphasis is just around the postures. So teaching the posture, learning the sequence, especially many of them are focused on making it like a flow. So the emphasis will be like how you should create the flow, how you should create the sequence, and they are so much focused on they should have music in the class and what music. So their energy and their focus goes into so many things which are really not yoga, which don't have to be part of yoga, and they have nothing to do with your improvement. I mean, other than, oh, it feels nice kind of thing, but they are not really fulfilling or serving. In fact, they would be even working against the very goal of yoga, because to be having constantly a music when you are doing poses, it's also a distraction. Because some people do, they call live music during the session, and they actually bring people who would sing devotional songs, and they'll have some probably instruments also, and this person is guiding and they are doing the yoga poses. So this is almost like it's very distractive, because listening to that devotional singing itself is one part of yoga. I mean, you should give your fullest attention to it if there are people coming. It's not like a background music for you to do your poses. It is like disrespecting both the person, the singer, as well as this. Because even that to be involved in doing, it's one path, it's one branch of yoga. And but anyways, generally what I'm trying to say is that the focus in the normal yoga centers or even yoga classes, yoga teacher training, it's so much focused on alignment, sequence, adjustments. It's all about poses, like how are you going to do the pose.